All right, what's up, family? So today we got we back with Lil Durk, man, and Lil Durk, they got the text messages. I know I'm a little late. I'm back on YouTube, y'all, but they got the text messages, man. 1090J, go ahead and break it down. Let's get into the video, fam.
The judge has ruled that whatever evidence they found in Lil Durk's phone can be used. He tried to suppress it. The judge said no. And apparently the internet is going crazy over a message that Durk allegedly sent to either Quando Rondo or Quando Rondo's people about making peace, a peace treaty.
I've been hearing about this, but one thing we did know about from the last video was they don't know. Did they finally get the information of who was sending what? Because I know they only got so much information out their phone. Maybe the video break it down.
Squashing the beef.
I ain't watch it yet.
Allegedly, Durk wasn't with it.
I'm back, y'all. I'm back.
Now, my mixtapes was posted to Instagram that a judge has officially ruled that the prosecution can use all evidence from the seized phone against Lil Durk at trial. One of the main pieces of evidence against Lil Durk will officially be used at trial after a judge denied his motion to suppress the phone evidence, meaning prosecutors can use all evidence obtained from the seized phone against him.
Wow.
Keep in mind, the feds stated they were only able to obtain 4 screenshots and haven't been able to hack into the actual phone.
Right.
So what they have might not be that much.
Right.
But the bigger news story is prosecutors allege Quando Rondo affiliate tried to squash beef with Lil Durk, who replied, "Take the piece of this switch," according to new documents. And instead of just reading all this, I'm gonna let Trap break it down.
All right, so the feds just got a bunch of Lil Durk's messages, and it's very, very bad. I'm sorry, but we're going to have to go back to saying Durk's cooked, because this is devastating.
Wow.
Apparently, Quando Rondo or one of his associates, they're saying in the paperwork one of his associates, but if you remember, there was some leaked texts going around where apparently, allegedly, Quando Rondo...
Stay safe. Hey. Come on, cuz you know me. I ain't fearing shit, but we could dead this shit. Fuck the social media shit. Let's talk this out in person. No one else, just us. Do a show. You good, folks. I don't believe that big.
You know what though? I kind of remember something like this actually being leaked, and I didn't know if it was real or not. And now they saying it was in Durk's phone. And the police, so that shit is crazy. Y'all, god damn, Lil Durk, they trying to...
Bro, what you want? What's your number? Call
that's like
me.
A peace treaty.
I said, cuz, stay safe. Fuck it then. I'm ready for whatever. We can talk shit out or...
I remember this. No, this was leaked. This was leaked a long time ago. Like, if y'all remember when this first went down, this was actually leaked a long time ago. And so this is what the prosecutors found on the phone? Ah, shit.
Money. Allegedly, Durk is telling Quando, stay safe. Quando, and this is typed how Quando talk. Come on, cuz, you know me. I ain't fearing shit, but we could dead this shit. And Durk saying, do a show. You good, folks. Basically, like, yeah, do a show. I dare you.
I mean, you know, it's crazy. Durk ain't stupid, though. He said, stay safe. Do a show, you good, folks. Like I said, stay safe. So I mean, shit. He gave his lawyer something to definitely work with. Now we all know Durk was stalking his ass for sure. He wanted his ass up out of here, but it looked like Durk was playing it safe. So these messages, that's just Quando Rondo assuming that's how the lawyers can play it. Now, we all know why Quando Rondo was sending these messages. Do your homework, cuz Durk was trying to get his ass up out of here. All that slide for Von shit, he was sliding for Von, which is stupid as fuck. Don't know why he was doing that shit. Don't make no sense. You throwing away everything for some bullshit. But he was doing that shit for real. Everybody that said slide for Von, he was sliding for Von for real. And he played crazy with his ass, but... And I remember when these got leaked. That's the crazy part. That is so crazy to me. I remember when these actually got leaked. And now to see that they using this in court and
see what
shit.
happens. And he did the show, and he got shot at right after.
It was in Durk's DMs pleading with him to squash the beef. But anyway, right, regardless of exactly, we don't know if those are completely real, but apparently in a group chat with a bunch of Durk's co-conspirators, Coco number 4, Coco number 5, other people on the case, after these alleged attempts from Quando Rondo's side to try and squash the beef. A peace treaty was demanded. Durk said in that group chat, like a ruthless gangster kingpin, this is like something out of Scarface, he said, make peace, take a piece of the switch. He said, get a piece of the switch, bro.
Damn.
Unbelievable, bro. This guy's a real life boss. What can I say? Like, this is the way that he is talking, okay? It's devastating. So the feds have just released a few more of his text messages. They've also...
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. It's not looking too good for Lil Durk. It's not looking too good for Lil Durk. Because it's like, I'm looking at this situation from like, damn, bro. God damn, man. They got you saying all this shit on messages. It's looking bad. Y'all stay out the streets. They living like they in GTA and shit, not dropping the beats. Lil Durk got everything in the motherfucking world. He got everything in the world. He don't need to be outside. He don't need to be doing none of that shit at all. So he just threw that shit away. Trying to live a GTA lifestyle.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome.
No way. No way that
announced some big updates. And look, everybody that was saying that I was capping the other day when I said that Lil Durk's phone evidence was going to be allowed, yes, the judge hadn't signed it off, but I heard in court with my own ears, the judge said that he was going to allow Durk's phone evidence to be used. Yeah. He even said, look, if you need more time to go over it, if Durk's defense need more time to go over it,
Bro, who the fuck y'all know that's showing up to the court taking his own... Man, if y'all don't like us, subscribe to Trap Lil Ross. If y'all don't go follow right now,
can push that evidence towards the end of the trial, and he would make his ruling official later on. But I told you guys that the judge was going to allow the phone. People were talking. Look, everyone was coping. It was cope. People talking about that I wasn't telling the truth, brother. What have you seen? What's the news? Yeah. The phone's going to be allowed. But what's really, really crazy is, like, in addition to that, okay, look, if you want to think I'm lying when you can see now that I was telling the truth before. The judge said outright that the feds can keep trying to crack the phone, and if they get all the way into the phone, because right now they've just got images, but they've got permission to crack the phone is allowed as evidence, and the judge said previously, I heard him say, he said if they crack the phone and get all the evidence off the phone, then, we can have another conversation about how to include that in the trial. Now, this is really bad. Not just the fact that this damning message has come out and his phone is going to be allowed to be used, but everybody's also saying the copium that's going around is now, well, Durk took a W because they're gonna let him use his expert witness. But as the judge said when I was in court listening to him, the judge is on some stuff where he basically is like, look, rather than excluding evidence, I don't have a habit of excluding things. I'm more likely to let everybody get all of their witnesses in and have both sides. So we don't know. It's not been signed and sealed and delivered, but I have a strong feeling based on what the judge said in court last week that Durk's witnesses are going to be allowed, the government's witnesses are going to be allowed, and now the government is saying, look, we might be able to trim like 8 to 10 witnesses and make our case just go by way quicker. So them 35 witnesses they got on the table, they might not even need all of them. I'm sorry, folks, but this is bad for Durk.
And again, this is going to take...
This is very, very bad for Durk. This is very bad for Durk. You got 35 witnesses, and then you also have phone messages. And if they get in this phone before this case cracks open, because the judge has said that whatever they find in that phone between now and the start date of this case, they can use that. So they're using everything in their power to get in this phone. Now, they said Lil Durk started laughing in court when they said they couldn't get in the phone all the way because they encrypted passcodes. So, Lil Durk in there laughing in court, you better pray to God that they don't get in that phone. He started laughing because he know, goddamn shit. That laugh was a sign, fuck. Like, they can't get in that motherfucker, I might be straight. But from what they got, talking about the peace treaty and shit, so they tried to stay peace, and he was like, fuck that. I mean, shit. I mean, what else can you ask for? What else Lil Durk ain't got to do none of this shit, bro. This shit is so stupid. You throw away everything for nothing. This shit is so stupid, bro. It don't make no sense.
It's expected to take like up to 2 weeks for this trial. Like, this isn't going to be no one and done thing. And the coverage is going to be primarily through Ross, because they're not gonna allow, TV news crews, none of that. Like, we're not gonna witness it how we have with some of the other trials.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be whatever reporter is in there. So if you want to actually get the full breakdown, make sure you're jumping on Ross's page, because he's the only one really with boots on the ground with this whole trial. Somebody would comment, Brian Steele, my client agreed to squash the beef and offered to play him in a game of Nintendo Switch. Jury, not guilty. I mean, we're going to read the paperwork. We're going to get to that. But if that was actually said, that's some gangster shit. Y'all talking about peace. Take a piece of this Switch. And if we're keeping it gangster, Lil Pab was killed by a Switch. Kind of ironic, right? I mean,
Lil Pab was killed by a Switch. Now I will say, Lil Pab was talking crazy on Twitter. I'm keeping it real. I read some of he was talking crazy, but or whatever he was posting on. But that still don't take away the fact that he shouldn't have died like that for something that had nothing to do with him either. And so when they say take a piece of that, like, it's violent, bro. It's crazy. It's gang talk. All this shit for what? Because Von, let's truth be told, Von went to go up on somebody and lost his life. So now more people gotta lose their life. And now they gotta be a war, and the side that's damn near in the right, they like, man, let's stop this shit. Y'all like, fuck that. Like, I'm from Chicago, so I like Lil Durk music. You know what I'm saying? I like King Von music. I was a King Von fan when he died. But that don't mean I'm on the side of right is right and wrong is wrong regardless. Von was in the wrong, G. And so now y'all throwing away, not only does Lil Durk life gotta get thrown away, Pap's life got thrown away, Quando Rondo going through bullshit, his career ain't been the same since that, Von is dead, like, it's so much shit, nobody elevated, like, nobody won. That's the thing about this dumbass street shit, nobody wins, man. Like, nobody wins, bro. Drop that shit.
That's what happened. I'm just... Now, before I dive into the paperwork, reading exactly what was said to Quando, or at least Quando's camp, I just want to remind y'all how hard this hit Quando and even Lil Tim.
You had a situation in LA where you lost your friend Lil Pep. He actually died in your arms, and you said that changed you forever.
Like I said, I really don't have beef with the world. My beef is really mainly in
why does he sit like that
industry.
And talk like that?
With that happening to my right hand man, that's the reason I think.
I don't know what, I cannot listen to him speak. Like, and when I like he talk like, I don't know if he high, like, he is annoying as hell, I'll be real.
Like, ain't no rules. Ain't no rules. I might feel like I won't shoot up nobody's house. You might feel like that. You might feel like I might feel like
he
I won't
animated
shoot
as hell.
nobody with their kids.
I ain't never met a nigga that's animated.
Feel like that.
I've
I
seen
used
a
to
nigga that's
think
animated.
like this nigga ain't like that, or that nigga ain't like that. He don't mean what he say, man. Check this out. I ain't gonna lie. I hope everybody know I mean what I say. And boy, I promise you, boy, I think you mean what you saying to me. Ain't no rules, bruh.
I mean, that's a fact. One of the only ways I can relate to what he's saying is when I got cut in prison, I didn't think that kid was gonna do it. I thought he was soft. They literally, at the first prison we were at, stole all his shit. And he didn't do nothing about it. He just sat on his bunk quietly. And then at the next prison, when he got around a whole bunch of people and they gassed him up, I got popped. You know what I mean? And the kid that fired me up, the back of my head, I didn't think he was on that. I got popped. Every time I underestimated somebody, I learned a lesson, and I have a sky as a reminder.
That's a fact.
Every time I underestimated somebody, it's just, that's life. And a lot of people die thinking he ain't gonna do it.
Thinking this shit sweet.
You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people are out in public.
That's some real shit. And a lot of motherfuckers die because they go in this shit and they think shit a game. They think this shit not, it ain't gonna happen to them, or they the toughest nigga, whatever they thinking. But they think this shit a game for sure. And so anytime you underestimate the people around you, you think you the toughest nigga around or whatever, man, you gonna get humbled. Gee, that's just the moral. That's anybody, everybody. Ain't nobody there ain't no such thing as the toughest nigga in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't tougher than God, there ain't no such thing as the toughest nigga in the world. There's always somebody bigger and badder, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's always somebody who is trying to prove themselves. I was always taught, never provoke a nigga with a gun and never underestimate the punk with a gun. Cause them is the scariest nigga with a gun is a scared nigga. That's what I've always been taught. So if you think he pussy, you think he's scary, a motherfucker trying to show theyself and prove theyself, they gonna show you. They gonna show you. And it's gonna shock, it's gonna throw everybody off. But they gonna show you. And they know it's gonna throw everybody off. But this is what they've been contemplating. So never, ever, ever estimate nobody. And always remember, the scariest nigga with a gun, the scariest nigga with a gun is the scared nigga. Point blank, period. So if you think he pussy cause he's scared, that nigga will pop the shit out your motherfucking ass. Straight up.
They see something, and they see someone, and they think in their head, nah, all these people around, all these cameras around, they ain't gonna do it. And then they die.
Yep.
They die like Duck. They die like Public, and they see something, and they see someone, and they think in their head, nah, all these people around, all these cameras around, they ain't gonna do it.
Right.
And then they die.
Yep.
They die like Duck. They die like Vaughn. I mean, the list goes on. Underestimating people, because in your mind, you might have some sense.
Right.
Oh, all these people around, all these cameras around.
But the next nigga don't. The next nigga don't got no sense.
Oh, he's with his family, he's with his girl, he's with
You know what I'm saying?
he's with his kids. I'm not gonna do this right here.
Like that's he mentioned the big point right there. You know what I mean? A lot of these niggas don't think a motherfucker thinking how you thinking. You know what I'm saying? Niggas out here crazy as hell. Straight up. And niggas, whether they trying to prove themselves, whether they just wanna be tough, whatever the case may be. You know, whatever they trying to get back for their mans. You know what I'm saying? That shit how it is, man. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is.
They're not thinking like that. They'd rather do it and, ride out the consequences after.
They will.
To hear Quando held Lil Pab in his final moments, that would traumatize anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Quando Rondo, Lil Pab, and some other people go out to LA. They stop at a gas station across the street from the Beverly Center. A group of guys, 3 guys with ski masks, come out and open fire on the car. Lil Pab was pumping gas at the time. He gets shot, and he dies in Quando Rondo's arms.
That's crazy.
Now, you said you actually knew Pab before you knew Quando.
Right.
So that was your man.
Right. I got a call, like, he was on the way to the hospital, and that he about to go on surgery and stuff, so I'm like, alright, he gonna be good. But
I mean, break that down though. You know, imagine being in LA, you're not in the hood, and you pull up to a G, and, you know what I'm saying, you get sprayed down like that, you lose your right hand man. And then your other man's, because, you know what I'm saying, that your other man's just got a phone call, you know what I'm saying, he going to the hospital, he ends up not making it. That's still a crazy situation, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at it from their shoes too. They is in a crazy situation. I can't cap. I gotta keep it real. Like, damn, we was beefing about some words, about a couple bitches, whatever the case may be. Vaughn came out the blue and just started jumping on bro. You know what I'm saying? I defended my brother. I took some bullets too. I took some shots too. Vaughn ended up not making it. And now my cousin gone. I'm getting stalked. That's why they locking up Lil Durk. Cause these people really have been harassed. Now I'm not saying they ain't been talking crazy back and they have been doing some sneak dissing, which is goofy, but this is, you know what I'm saying? They kind of got put in that position to do that. So I got to look at it from both angles too. You know, like we gotta be fair about it.
Really, from like the looks of it, looked like he was already dead on the scene.
Gotta be real about it. Fuck
But then I was just like, you know, when somebody passed away, all you do is think about the memories y'all had.
Yeah.
Do you feel, when you heard the news, did you have an idea who you think was behind the shooting?
Not at first.
What's your thought? Wait, hold on. What's your thoughts on Quando before I get off? Because I like you and Young Boy shit. I thought it was Quando that was beat up. Yeah, he got beat up. He did not kill Von. He got beat up. Do you hold that animosity against him that Von died?
I hold animosity against anybody who ever said something about Von since he been bad.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, I believe this clip was actually taken out of the original interview, but of course, everyone has it.
By the slide for Von comments. I don't know if people still say it.
For some reason, I just don't see the comments no more. You be seeing the comments a lot?
They kind of chilled out a little bit.
I wonder why. We different in Iraq.
I feel like speaking of
You know
rap,
what I'm
I'm
saying?
trying to like...
You out here telling on yourself. So when you out here telling on yourself, you can't be upset when things go bad, bro. Durk is out here straight up telling on himself, my nigga. It was goofy ass shit like that. Oh, I don't see the comments no more. I wonder why not. It's different in the rap. Like you come on, bro. So now when you in trial and they play this clip in trial, you just sit there looking goofy as hell. What the jury supposed to think then? Like we normalize telling on ourselves. So this is the reality. These are consequences to that shit.
Yeah, you think so? Anyway,
You got
this would be
motherfuckers like
the
me reacting
government's
to it.
trial memorandum. The charged conspiracy to kill Taekwon Bowman and others responsible for King Von's death continued after the Los Angeles murder. Taekwon Bowman, TB, that is Quando Rondo. Count 2 of the FSI alleges the defendants engaged in conspiracy to stalk and kill individuals whom the co-conspirators believe were responsible for Von's death, including Quando Rondo. Proof that the conspiracy continued following SR's murder, who is Lil Pab, will be presented through anticipated cooperator testimony and exhibits. For example, the government will seek to admit Exhibit 125, which is a text thread between a burner phone used by Durk and multiple co-conspirators, including Defendant Wilson, co-conspirator 4 and 5. Specifically, on December 25th, 2022, Defendant Durk sent the text message and voice recording telling his co-conspirators that an affiliate of Quando reached out to squash the rivalry and ask for peace.
God
Durk
damn.
told his co-conspirators he rejected the peace offering, stating, "I'm not hopping on the phone to squash a rivalry because this for Thang and Von." Talking about DThang, his cousin.
This nigga going to jail. They got these messages. They got these messages. He going to jail.
He continued, "Call me about peace. Take the piece of this switch." Referencing a machine gun
Going
like
to
the
jail,
one
bro.
used by the conspirators to kill Lil Pab on August 19th, 2022. A voice message Defendant Durk sent to his co-conspirators immediately after. This text message crystallized his intent. Defendant Durk reiterated he rejected the peace offering and made clear he still wanted Taekwon Bowman, aka Quando, dead, and your homie Quando's rap name can die. Defendant Durk and co-defendants also discussed the conspiracy in a text thread titled The Family. For example, on August 23rd, 2023, the co-conspirators discussed their suspicions that PW1 was ready to snitch on them. Using the same The Family chat, Defendant Durk and Wilson also made statements that the government will argue are direct admissions of their participation in Pab's murder. In the thread, Defendant Durk admitted that crazy blood ninjas don't slide or hurt, motherfucker, leaving it all up to us. And discussing members of King Von's O Block set of black disciples.
That's a damn
Specifically,
thing.
Banks stated that O Block hopped in some New York shit and they playing with Von name now, and that we staying out of other ninjas' wars.
That's a
Ninjas
damn
don't
thing.
hop in ours. Now, I'm not gonna
You know, I ain't gonna lie, man. Y'all, this shit is not worth it. Y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel about this one, but I feel like this shit just ain't worth it at all, bro. It's a bunch of crash
that's
out
literally saying they did the murder.
Exactly.
But they're blatantly saying O-Block ain't doing shit. O-Block ain't sliding. And if I remember, you know, it's been a lot of years, O-Block kept dying. More people from O-Block kept getting killed. Whether they were killing each other, getting killed in other places. Munna Duke was another big name.
That's almost like every hood. It's like that in Chicago. It's like that is a hood where, you know what I'm saying, one time this block is hot or these guys run this area. Like there's always gonna be a hood like that. That's almost in every city somewhere. So, you know, like I said before, bro, this shit is just one big circle. This shit down there get tiring. Like, folks, what the fuck is they dying out there for? What is y'all out there fighting for? I'm starting to really try to break this shit down.
He ended up getting killed. There was a video that came out of a fight, and then one kid from O-Block killed the other kid from O-Block. If I'm being completely honest here, I think that when Vaughn died, the money in O-Block also died.
Honestly.
And unless...
Because it's not only that the money, when Vaughn died, drill itself tanked. You had Pusheisty getting locked up, Vaughn died, drill was just tanking. Now you got Durk locked up for the past 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And then Pusheisty come home and they get locked back up. Like there was a few key players in drill, but they not making no noise nearly as close as Vaughn was making. You know what I'm saying? So, like, Vaughn was gonna be the face of drill. He already damn near was before he died. But if he would have stayed alive, especially up to this point, 5 years later, he would have been the face of drill hip hop, drill rap. I say drill rap. And so, I think honestly, looking at how all this shit played out, like, man, I just think it's crazy, man. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all thinking about it, but y'all let me know, you know what I'm saying?
Quando and them were going to Chicago. It doesn't sound like O-Block was leaving O-Block.
Right.
Evidence shows the defendants continue to stalk Quando.
Niggas ain't going nowhere, and that's why they so eager to do this shit. Cause a nigga can offer these broke ass niggas that don't want to go nowhere, don't want to do nothing for real, and they feel like they stuck in their hood. So when you offer them $10,000 or $100,000 to do a murder, a dumbass murder across the country and shit, nigga, that sound like $10 million to them. That's life changing money to them. But it's just because it's a bunch of goofy ass niggas that never took the time to say, man, what's different out there? They want to stay in the hood. They want to stay in the streets. They didn't see rich niggas. They didn't see a little bit of money, but they want to live the street life. That's the truth. That's what a lot of people
Pav's murder is material to prove multiple disputed issues, including to show Durk's involvement in the conspiracy, his leadership over the co-conspirators, his motive to avenge Vaughn's death, and to refute any suggestion that defendant Durk and Wilson were passive observers of the LA murder. Now the snitches, the truthful testimony provisions of plea agreements. The government intends to call witnesses who have entered plea agreements in which they agree to cooperate with the government. The plea agreements each contain a provision that requires the witness to fully cooperate with the government, including by testifying as a witness if called up to do so. The plea agreements also include provisions requiring the cooperating witnesses to be honest and forthcoming and to render truthful testimony. So obviously it's not saying who's gonna snitch, but it is saying people charged with federal crimes have agreed to plea out. Whether it's in this case,
we finna do that video next, cause he just dropped a video who finna snitch, and y'all, that shit OTF jam out here tweaking. But y'all go ahead and like and subscribe to this video, man. And we finna drop the next video. My fault for the wait. Y'all know it's been a week. We had some technical difficulties with YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But we trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. All right.